Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to be working with a 394 GAW, which is also a 58 GS. The GAW is Bryant, Payne. The 58 GS is Carrier. This furnace was originally installed in the early to mid 80s. Very similar. There's a bunch of different iterations of it, but the flame safety control is pretty much the same on all of them. Now, looking on the board here, a lot of the things that are on the schematic are inside that board. But what we're going to do here is we're going to start these things off, and if you look over at my terminal board, I'm jumping from R to W, and that started my spark. What I did on the diagram is right here, I took and hooked up W to R, went through the two limit switches, which on the furnace are right there. There's a limit switch inside there, and there's a fusible link on the outside. That's those two limits. Then the power has passed down to 2D1. Okay, 2D1 is a coil of a relay, and 2D1 is right here. That is taking my R power up through here and going down through here, over to here, and over to the pilot switch. Okay, we've got a bigger schematic here, so you can see where our power comes from W and went up through here, over to here, went down to hold. Now, what is hold? That's on the gas valve. I'm going to point out the gas valve here. If I can find it, there it is right there. It's got 5 wires coming to it. Okay, the hold is one of the relays in the gas valve. The hold relay will not close the valve or open the valve. Pick will open it. Pick's the only thing that can open that valve. Okay, so the power went through here and hit hold, but nothing happened. I got power through the other side, but the valve did not open. Okay. Then the power passes through. This is a 3-wire pilot. Through the comma, through the normally closed, and runs over to pick. Okay, so pretty much at the same time, the power goes to hold and to pick. Okay, now that opens the pilot. That's all that does. This is a pilot valve here. Okay, now the pilot relay, and I think we probably should get a little closer in there to that. Again, you can't see it real good, but inside of here there is a single pole double throw switch. That's this one here. So it went down there and it energized the pilot valve. Okay, at the same time, power passed from here through here, which is a spark igniter. I'm going to show you that. Now, that's a little hard to see what it is, but right in there is a little spark coil. It's probably easier recognized by looking at this wire here. This is a heavy wire for handling high voltage, and it goes right into the pilot. Now I'm going to raise up these cameras. Now in this case you can see a little better. Here's my high tension wire right here. This little black thing right here is the spark igniter. You can see that high tension wire coming out of it right here. Okay, it will start sparking. It's sparking now. Once that pilot lights, and we'll get the lid here. Okay. It has lid. It's a little hard to see it, but take my word for it. It's lit. Then over to the diagram, this is going to switch. First, this is going to open. This switch moves very slowly. That opens, so there's nothing happening here, but the pilot valve stays open because the hold solenoid is energized. That's enough to keep it open. It won't open it, but it'll keep it open. Okay, so this opens up. When it proves, that means this closes. Power passes down through here to the main gas valve and turns on main gas. And just like magic, the gas just come on. Okay, so now I'm burning. Also, what has happened there is we have started a timer in here. Now this is a little solid state, or this is a little solid state timer right down here. Now when main gas came on, you can see we went right over here and started the time delay. Okay. The time delay, some of these are adjustable, by the way. Okay, at some point it will energize 2E. And 2E, I don't know where I got that. That is the fan relay. I will give you these complete diagrams at the end of this. So after the time delay, 2E is energized, which closes the fan switch, and there's my fan coming on the burner. So, fairly simple in the way this thing works. Let's do a quickie over it again. Hopefully you got it. When power came on, it closed 2D1. That was when W was energized. That brought power from R1 through 2D1 relay, which is normally open, went to W1 to W, over here, and because we're not using a vent damper, went up like this, over here, went down and energized hold, and went up through here, energized pick, and the pilot relay opened. At the same time, power passed down here to the spark igniter, and it lit the pilot. Given about a minute or so, this is going to open, and then this closes, and when it closes, main gas valve is energized. Now we lost our pick when this opened up, but this was still there. If for any reason during the cycle this open, then even if this is still closed, it won't be on, because you got to have both of them on. Okay, so once this thing finishes its cycle, then the power comes off up here at W1, and that shuts everything down here, and this slowly moves back to this position. It cannot start again until this closes. And of course the time delay started when our main gas was energized. I hope this thing makes sense. It's a little hard to do it this way, but this is a very complicated furnace for the 80s. It was kind of a toughie, and a lot of guys don't understand how it works, and I hope I've done a little bit to make you guys understand how it works. This is a diagram we were working off of. I took pieces out of it to get a little closer. I know it's not as good a copy as we could have, but I wanted to note these are all set up as twins. That's why there's two transformers in these things, and there's two sets of low voltage controls. It's a little confusing, but
Dad set them up so that you could use them as twins. This is pretty much the basic wiring for all these furnaces. This one's a natural draft. There are some with inducers on them, and there's a little more complication in the inducers. But for the most part, this is how they work, and that's how that electric pilot works and how the time delay works. So good luck with a 394 GAW or the 58 GS.